Welcome to another episode of Mondays, hosted by myself, Mo, to give you bite-sized snippets, pieces of information around all things Microsoft Teams Rooms. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about probably one of the biggest blockers that you'll find when it comes to deploying Microsoft Teams Rooms. A lot of customers, when they go through the proof of concept phase and they're looking at Microsoft Teams Rooms devices for their meeting room spaces, treat Teams Rooms devices like regular PCs. This is a complete no-no. And what we say is it's just an appliance device, hence the title of today's episode. But what I want to do is really just start off by talking about a BYOD scenario, right? On the right-hand side of this slide. In a BYOD scenario, typically what a customer can do, it's very easy for them to build meeting rooms by grabbing hold of, let's say, a normal PC, sticking Windows on it, sticking O365 on it, the desktop version of Teams, connecting it up to a screen with a camera, mic, speakers, and hey presto, we've got a meeting room. Some customers even go as far as adding like overlay software on top of it to make it look like a meeting room instead of showing like the standard Windows desktop. Does this scenario work? Yeah, it does short term. But what happens long term? Very quickly, the cache starts filling up on these types of devices. Things start slowing down. You get security risks because people will go online and download applications they're not supposed to, or forget to sign out of websites, thus causing security risks. And very quickly, things start slowing down and start crashing. PC, by its definition, is a personal computer designed realistically for one user, not really designed for groups of people in mind, not really designed for a meeting room space where you've got numerous attendees or numerous people joining in. A Teams Rooms device, on the other hand, is purpose-built for the meeting room space. We have what we call native Teams Room solutions on Android and on Windows. And the number one thing we tell our customers is do not treat these devices like a regular PC, which is generally what they tend to do. They want to, customers want to add antivirus on, want to maybe create their own image, maybe want to stick a whole bunch of policies that they would usually add to laptops joining onto their network. These do not apply on Teams Rooms devices. In fact, when we look at how we build Teams Rooms devices, we effectively have two major components. We have what we call the compute element, which is the brains of the device. And then, of course, we have the touch console, which is what a customer sees on the table with the calendar, with the join button, etc. Now, when our OEMs are building Teams Rooms devices for us, effectively, it runs on Windows 10 IoT. So we have Windows 10 IoT as like the OS. We then put the Microsoft Teams Rooms image that sits on top of it. And that's all done from the OEM side. It's not available, to download anywhere else. It's only available during the manufacturing process for the OEMs. Now, this Teams Rooms image effectively locks down the whole machine. It puts the device into call it a kiosk mode, where we stop things like read-write access, we stop command prompts, command executables. We don't let anything run apart from the Teams Rooms application. No matter how many times a customer goes to reboot that machine, it will always go back to that screen that you see in front of it. In fact, during the manufacturing process, we give our OEMs a massive list of things that these devices must have, ranging from, a TPM chip on board for security, all the way down to cable management. How hard is it to pull out the cable from the back of it? What's the camera field of view look like for a particular size of room, or the microphone pickup, and all of these factors we put in. We give them a pretty extensive list, to be honest with you, and only if do they satisfy every single one of those needs do we then certify them to be a Microsoft Teams certified device. This is why it's so super important that when you're designing rooms for your customers, that we pick and ensure that we pick Microsoft Teams certified devices for that particular room, but also Teams certified peripherals, because we would have tested them in those spaces. Again, going back to my original point about an appliance device, Teams Rooms devices are not designed to run like regular PCs. Even the Android versions, we take out things like the Google Play Store. You can't sideload apps onto that device. Going back to Windows as an example, because we have so many restrictions put in place, is there a need for antivirus? No, there isn't. A customer could add it if they wanted to, but it really will have no difference. And in fact, we don't test devices with additional third-party kind of software in this, so we can't guarantee how well it would run or what the performance looks like, etc. We do, of course, have Defender running on the machine, so there is a level of security there. we have devices in all sorts of different verticals, whether we're looking at government, we're looking at defense, we're looking at finance, or all the way down to kind of education and stuff. You know, we have devices suited for those types of verticals, and also they tick those security compliance boxes. So remember, the number one thing that you want to tell your customer at the very beginning is do not treat a Teams Rooms device like a regular PC joining your network. It's just an appliance device. We do have a security guide on our Microsoft Teams Rooms admin guide. Do a quick Bing search for Microsoft Teams Rooms admin guide, and you'll see we've got security sections for Windows and security sections for Android as well, where customers can really have a deeper dive in terms of what we do for security on these machines. So again, I'm going to say it for the third time, it's just an appliance device. That's the number one thing you need to tell your customers, that when deploying Teams Rooms devices, do not treat them like a PC, treat them as an appliance device. Those same policies that you'd want to add to a normal laptop joining your network do not apply to a Teams Rooms device, either on Windows or even on Android as well. Guys, that's my 5 minutes up. Hopefully this has been useful for you. It's not an appliance device. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Until next time.